Hello guys, it's Trevor. So I'm here to talk about communism as it was emulated in Africa by the Tanzanians. It was known as a socialist economy. It was known as socialism. This was introduced in the politics of Tanzania in year 1967 through the Arusha Declaration, which came with a policy known as the Ujamaa policy, whereby villages were to be constructed, and these villages were known as the Ujamaa villages. So what were the aims of initiating this initiative? What were the aims, you might be asking yourself? So number one, these people were looking for a way to enforce self-reliance. They were looking forward to eliminating the dependence on foreign aid. And also another point was national unity. They were after national unity. Another one, national unity comes, of course, when these people are brought from different parts of Tanzania and then they are brought to Ujamaa villages. Another point was to ease the provision of social services, for example, hospitals, education. So these things were extended, were easily accessed through these Ujamaa villages. Of course, even infrastructure was developed, because now the government was like focused in only a given area where the Ujamaa villages were, and all the people were there. It was also aimed at creating a classless society. People were to be equal, because remember, this economy was a socialist economy whereby people were known to own property. There wasn't privatization of property as we know it. There was no privatization of property. So property was to be communally owned by the public. The state was to own factors of production, for example, land, banks, and then we have factories. So these things were owned by the state. So another aim I would also talk about how it was aimed at Africanization of the economy, of course. And then I would also talk about cultural. It's known as like cultural transformation, whereby